Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the Self-Made Society podcast. I'm your host, Kaylee Elliott, and this is part 2 of breakup tips. So, the first episode, part 1, I talked about some life updates, and there was a lot of chaos in that episode. I'm not gonna lie, that was one of the most chaotic episodes I have ever recorded in a podcast. But we're just gonna hop into part 2. I'm not expecting this to be super long, but I talked for 36 minutes in the last episode, and I was expecting that to be like 15 minutes, so I'm just not going to put any expectations on this episode. So I did part 1 with 3 points of breakup tips. So point number 1 was to make sure you are doing personal development. A lot of people don't understand what personal development is, or they think it's like this magical thing. I mean, it is kind of pretty magical. Obviously, like, gotta fix my legs. Over the past year, like, I have completely changed into a different person because of personal development, but it's not just personal development in the sense of taking care of yourself, but it's personal development in the sense of becoming aware of yourself, digging into the Bible, knowing God's word so that you can live it out, reading constantly, becoming aware of the past to be able to make the future you and the present you better, and just so many things go into personal development. But that was tip number 1, personal development. Tip number 2 was to cut all of your communication with your ex. And I said that obviously if you have kids, it's a little bit different, but make that communication strict with boundaries, that it's only going to be talked about with kids, and there's not going to be any communication in any other way. So that was tip number 2. So cut all of that communication off. And then tip number 3 was have grace with yourself. And I just said, like, you're doing the best you can, you're doing the best that you know how to be doing, and I get it, it's difficult. I went into a little bit more of an explanation, so make sure to go check part 1 if you want to hear all of the things and all of the fun life updates, because there are some pretty big ones there. And if you are listening to the audio version, if this is the first episode you have come across, I have a YouTube channel with a video version, and I am loving the setup. The only thing I don't like is like my window. You can see my window a little bit, but it's fine. It's fine. It's not a big deal. So now we're going to go into, honestly, I don't really know how many more tips. I kind of want to go into some things, some tangibles you can do for personal development. And then like see what else comes to mind while I'm recording this, because I have nothing planned out for the episode. I'm just sitting here talking to a microphone and smiling at my camera. So, why am I literally tell myself I'm funny all the time, but I don't know if I'm really funny or if I just do things and crack myself up and then make other people think I'm just like weird or something. I have no idea, but I think I'm funny. And at the end of the day, I think that's all that matters, as long as I'm not hurting anybody and I'm just making fun of myself. Okay? So, I think we're good there. I have this urge to I want to yawn. Anyways, this is like off topic. So we're just gonna go into the topic. So for personal development, I kind of want to give you some tips on some things that you should be doing. Journaling, number 1, and trust me, it's hard to go in and out of the balance of what is a good journaling goal. Because there was a while where I would journal so much that I kind of burnt myself out with it, and I honestly have not journaled in a few weeks. So I want to get back into that because it helps me so much. I just haven't done it. So make sure you are journaling, and make sure you are doing things that's going to help you discover every single aspect of your life. You have to become so self-aware to understand what are you doing for yourself and what do you need to be doing for God. And a lot of people are, when my podcast first started out, God had, like, there was no talk about God and no talk about my faith, no talk about my relationship with Him. But I am telling you that you have to become so self-aware to realize, like, are you doing things for yourself or are you doing things for Him? And if you're constantly doing things for Him and you have no awareness of that or no awareness of yourself and your actions and your desires, then that relationship is not going to be as strong as it can be, and it needs to be one of the strongest things in your life. Actually, it needs to be the number one strongest thing in your life because it's going to impact everything else around you. So you have to be able to be so aware of yourself that if one thing happens, you instantly know how to fix it, how to make it better, or how to step away from it. And I don't want to say how to fix it in the sense of you need fixing, but in the sense of there's a lot of us out there struggling with anxiety or panic attacks, and we instantly turn to medicine. And that's not necessarily a bad thing. Like, medicine is a very good thing, but there's a lot of pills that we get prescribed, and it just makes us numb. But if you realize all of your past circumstances, if you realize all of the things that happened to you in the past, even when you were kids, you're doing all of that shadow work and journaling about it and becoming aware of that, you could understand what your anxiety triggers are, so that if you get triggered, you could understand what you need to pull yourself back and to breathe so that you can move forward instead of having to take medicine for it. I just went on a whole tangent of that when it was not meant to, but you should be so self-aware that every thought you have, you should decipher between, is this important or is this not important? Is this God speaking to me or the devil speaking to me? So that is how aware you should be. And your journaling is an important factor to become so self-aware. Number 2, for personal development, read. One of the best books you are ever going to read is Winning the War in Your Mind. So good. Atomic Habits, The 4 Agreements, and 101 Essays That Will Change the Way You Think. 4 amazing mindset books that you need to read, and you need to read them today. I could say out of all 4 of them, my number 1 is Winning the War in Your Mind. I just finished that book yesterday. I read that book in 4 days, I think. I was spanning it out in 7 days. I wanted to read it in a week because on the Bible app I have, there was like a plan to go along with the book. But I got to like day 5, like the plan, and I did day 5, day 6, and day 7 all in one day because I just wanted to finish the book so bad. That is the first book that I have ever taken notes on, like personal development book wise. It's the first book I have ever taken notes on. It was seriously so insane, and it, like, I talked about it on my TikTok. I wish I could be able to read that book again for the first time. Like, so good, and I can't wait to read it again. Like, I seriously cannot wait to pick that book up again, sit down and read it in 2 days. Like, you need it. Okay, you need to go read it. Another book that you need to be reading is the Bible, and I can't say this enough. Knowing the Bible, knowing God's word is so extremely important because that is going to help you decipher if God is talking to you or if the devil is talking to you. And until you can decipher between those, you might be making the wrong decisions. Until you can let God take control, you might be making the wrong decisions. So that is really 2 of the main things for personal development. Obviously, there's a lot of other things that go into that, but that's like 2 of the main things that you could ever do for personal development, is just becoming so aware of yourself, doing that through journaling, even typing. If you don't like to write out things, you can always type, use your notes in your phone, or on your computer, iPad, whatever you have, you could type things out. You could speak things into your phone. Like even on the voice memos app, you could basically do like a podcast episode of journaling. Like you don't have to write things out. Obviously, like there's scientific research that writing things out is better for you, but you can type or record yourself talking about what's going on in your mind and just become so self-aware that you know what is good for you, and becoming so aware of God's word that you know what is good for you because you're living through him. Okay, personal development tips. The next thing that I have to talk about is finding the perfect balance of friends and family and yourself. Can I stop yawning? Oh my gosh. Can I stop yawning? Sorry about that. Apparently, 9:20 is very tiring for me, and it's past my bedtime, even though I took a nap today. But anyways, back to this. When I was in the relationship, all of my time went to him. A lot of the time was focused on me and my businesses, but it was me or him. And there were times where I did hang out with friends. Like every 5 months I hung out with one friend, or there were a few days throughout the week where I would spend more time with my family, but it was mostly my time went to him, and that is not healthy. So after the breakup, I had to find this balance of working, time for myself, and time for family and time for friends. And so my work, like I am obsessed with my job. Like I love my job. I love the people that I'm around. They like make me so happy and have impacted my life so much. But I've had to find this balance of being with me and being with people in my life. I've reconnected with a few friends. I've made some new friends, and I've found that balance of either once or twice a week of hanging out with my friends, every single day being intentional with some family time, and every single day being intentional with myself. And there has to be a good balance. Like I tell people all the time, I would be perfectly okay by myself 7 days out of the week, and I could be happy. I don't need to talk to people. Like I'll be fine. I'll be happy. I'll be good. I like alone time. People are always my thing, and there's times where I go to work and I am a secretary, so I have to talk with people, and there's just some days where I'm like, I cannot people today. Like I'm gonna do my best. I'm gonna show up my best. I'm gonna be very nice and gentle, and I'm gonna do the work I need to do, but oh my gosh, no more than that. Okay? I'm not doing any more than I need to with people today. But I also have to realize that having those relationships are extremely important. Like I am deep down an introvert. If I could, I would lay in my bed or be in the four walls of my room and sit here and do all things by myself and be content, fine, happy. But I also love some friend time. I love being around positive people. I love being around my family. I love being around positive energy. It's basically what it is. But there's a balance you have to find. If you need more time to yourself, then that's perfectly okay. But do not take so much time to yourself after a breakup that you are just like holding on so much that you need this time to yourself that it's just hurting you and it's not helping you. Because if you're gonna sit there and you're gonna just lay in bed all day and like push everybody in your life away after a breakup, you're gonna be so hurt and so much more, like, there's gonna be so much more emotional drainage and so much emotional, I cannot talk. There's gonna be just like so much more pain than there needs to be. That is the word that I was looking for. And that pain does not have to be there. Okay, I promise you that if you find that balance, it's gonna help you. So if you need 5 days to yourself and 2 days with friends, then that's fine. If you need some family time every single day and like once a week, some time with some friends, then that's perfectly fine. If you need 7 days out of the week to yourself for a while, then that's fine. But I promise you that that balance needs to be there. And it's going to help you so much. So I have just plugged in areas I just was not ever going to plug in if I was still with a guy. So going through the breakup and being able to plug in different areas and being able to find a healthy balance where I love what I'm doing. The only thing I don't like about it is having to drive. I am not a driver. I personally just do not like driving anywhere, so that is the only thing that I don't like about going to work and hanging out with friends is the driving. But it's okay. It's worth it. It's all worth it because being with the people and doing all the things, like it makes my heart happy. So I would say for me, my balance is mornings. I get to myself. A lot of the time it's like an hour and a half. And then I go to work and like I have 2 puppies. My family has 2 puppies, so I take care of them and it's crazy. And then I come home, I have some time to myself for a little bit, do some stuff with the family. Sometimes I go do things with friends, and then at the end of the day, I have like an hour and a half to myself, and I have been loving it. I've been loving it a lot. Now, if you listen to part 1, I told you guys I'm needing a routine, like, so I am just needing some more structure to my mornings and my nights, but that is some time for me to just really focus on myself and to just have amazing time with me and God, which is the most crucial part of your day. And then I go to work. I'm with some amazing people. I have a really good friend there. I mean, they're all, I guess, friends, but she's like a really good friend from starting to work with her. And then I come home and I have my family time and then I have my me time. So it's very healthy and it's very good because I know that if I need personal time to myself, I can have it and I can give it to myself. But if I need somebody to talk to or I need people to be around, that it's there and I just have to show up and be there, and whatever I need to do, I just have, oh my god, I just have to put it out there. I can't stop yawning, and I'm sorry that I've yawned like 5 times in this episode. So that is really it for this whole breakup tips part 2. I gave you guys some tips on personal development and told you guys some things about balance between being introverted and extroverted, because everybody needs both parts, whether it's more extroverted or more introverted. There's a healthy balance there that's going to help you heal. Listen, we're healing here. We are not causing any more pain than necessary. We are healing here, okay? And one other tip that I quickly want to give you guys is to cut out things in your life that are not benefiting you. When you are going through a breakup, there's going to be so many things popping up that is just not good for you and you need to get rid of. And for me personally, one of the things was seeing what kind of content was draining me and seeing what kind of content would give me some purpose and would make my purpose brighter and would make it more enjoyable to put that content out there. So I did that and I absolutely love what I do. I love the podcast episodes. I love my TikTok. I love my Instagram. I love my YouTube page, my YouTube channel. My brain is not working. Like, I am exhausted. But my content is better because I cut out what was draining me. Another thing is I have made my social media platforms my social media platforms. So I unfollowed, so I would think I was following close to 2,000 people, and I have unfollowed so many people that I'm around like high 800s or something like that, and it's felt so much better. And like, if anybody's commenting anything negative, I delete it and I don't care. Like, it's my page and there's not going to be any negativity. Obviously, if my pages keep growing, I'm only going to be able to do so much for that. But at the end of the day, like, I am cutting things out of my life that have no reason to be here and that only bring me negative energy instead of positive energy. So personal development tips: make sure you are having a healthy, healing balance of being extroverted and introverted. And also, tip number 3 is to just continue to keep cutting things out of your life that it's not benefiting you in any way. Because when you do that and you keep cutting things out, your life is going to be so beautiful and everything's going to be benefiting you in such a positive way that your life could not get any better. So I want to leave you guys with this. I know going through a breakup is hard. I know finding the balance, figuring things out for yourself, becoming self-aware, doing the personal development, either getting new friends or connecting with your friends again, working, like everything, it's difficult. It's weird, it's difficult, and it's hard. And I know we might not think that it's good that you broke up. I know we might think that it is horrible, and we might question God, why would you put me through this much pain? But I want you to thank Him for it. I want you to wake up with the attitude every single day and saying, God, how can my life get better? And I know some people might be wondering, like, how can you ask that question when you're going through a difficult time? And I'm saying you can ask that question because that difficult time is going to make you such an amazing person. It's going to help you grow so much, and God's doing it for a reason. And if you let Him work in your life, if you let Him take control and you take a step back and you just let Him do what He needs to do for your life to get better, then it's going to get better. So whether you are hurting, whether you are happy, whether you are in the middle, you're okay, whatever it is, whatever you are feeling, wake up every single day with a grateful heart and ask God the question, or say the statement, God, please show me how my life can get better. It might be difficult some days to do it, but I promise you that having that attitude is going to make your life so much better. So I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. This is crazy that I recorded almost for an hour straight. I never thought I would have recorded this long before. So I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. I'm going to go play with my puppies before it's time to put them down for bed. And I just cannot wait to chat with you guys again. I'm really hoping that my trip to, I don't even know if I said on part 1 where I was going. I don't know. Can't even remember. But I'm really hoping that I will be able to record that. So if you guys are interested to go follow my YouTube channel, you can. I am hoping to continue to post videos every Saturday. Today is a Saturday and I didn't post a video for today just because I don't want my content to be horrible, and I had no good ideas throughout the week, so I just didn't give you guys anything Saturday, and to me that's better than a bad video. So hope you guys enjoyed. Make sure to follow me over on Instagram because I have been posting a lot, and honestly my content has been popping. I shouldn't say I've been posting a lot. I have 2 reels that have done so good back to back. So you guys, if you're not following me over there, you're missing the content. And then make sure to just follow all of the links that are down there. Pinterest, might be starting something very soon. I'm very excited for it, and there's some planning that needs to be done before I hop into something again. But just check out the description box, or actually the show notes, whatever it's called. There's too many social media platforms that I just get all confused with all of the lingo. So, anyways, we are going to end the episode here. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you guys next week for another episode. Bye!